The morning Evan Carter lost his job, a fierce winter wind scraped down Main Street as if determined to remind him that life could, in fact, get worse. He stood outside the glass doors of the small tech firm that had just let him go, clutching a cardboard box filled with tangled cables, half-used notebooks, and a coffee mug shaped like a friendly robot. What he didn't expect was the soft voice behind him. Rough day. Evan turned to see an elderly woman wrapped in a plaid scarf, struggling with an overstuffed grocery bag. The bag suddenly ripped, spilling apples across the icy sidewalk. Without thinking, Evan dropped his own box and knelt to help her. "Thank you," she said, catching her breath. "Most people just walk past." Evan forced a smile. "Maybe today I needed something to do." They gathered the apples, and she looked at him in a way that made him feel surprisingly seen, like she somehow knew the weight he was carrying. Before he could stand, she placed a gloved hand lightly on his arm. "You know," she said, "sometimes life pushes us off the road because what we're meant for isn't on it." Evan didn't know why, but those words hit him harder than the layoff itself. As he walked home through the biting cold, he kept replaying what she'd said. And for the first time that morning, he let himself imagine that maybe, just maybe, things could turn around. That night, while scrolling through job listings he wasn't excited about, Evan heard a frantic commotion outside. A car had skidded on the ice and hit a snowbank. A teenager stood beside it, shaking and on the verge of tears. "My dad's gonna kill me," the boy muttered, staring at the crumpled bumper. "Hey," Evan said gently, stepping closer. "You okay?" The kid shrugged, eyes wet. "Help me out," Evan said. "We'll figure this together." They managed to pull the car out with the help of a neighbor's truck. When it was done, the teenager looked at Evan the way Evan had looked at the woman earlier, like kindness had arrived at the exact second it was needed. "You didn't have to help," the boy murmured. Evan smiled for real this time. Sometimes you just need someone to believe things can work out. 2 days later, as Evan sat in a small cafe updating his resume, a man approached him, broad-shouldered, warm smile, familiar plaid scarf draped over his arm. "Excuse me," the man said. "My mother told me about a young guy who helped her when she dropped her groceries. She insisted I find you." Evan blinked. "Your mother? She runs a community tech center," the man explained. "She said you were kind. And she trusts kind people." He slid a business card across the table. "We're expanding. We need someone who understands both tech and people. Would you be open to talking?" Evan stared at the card, speechless. The man gave a friendly nod and left him with his coffee and a heartbeat thudding loud enough to drown out the cafe noise. As Evan stepped outside, the wind had softened. The streetlights glowed warmer. The world didn't look different, but he did. Everything that had felt like an ending 2 days ago suddenly felt like the beginning of something he had unknowingly been moving toward all along.